Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to my channel. I am Miss Kim, and I know I have on a hat today. Well, my story is all about snowfall, so I had to wear this to keep me warm in case I got cold. Well, I hope you will enjoy this book about what happens when the snow kept on falling. Well, when you live out on a farm, you still have chores, don't you? And what else is there to do when it is snowing so hard? Well, let's begin this story, The Snow Kept on Falling, by Kathy McQuarrie, illustrated by Cheryl Kirk Knoll. Look at that. This is an older book that I came across. Look at their smiling faces. The snow began falling softly in the morning. Look at that. Beautiful sunrise over the farm. Rosie opened her eyes to see soft white flakes floating down outside her window. She's all comfy in her bed. "It's snowing, it's snowing," she called out. Jimmy woke in his room next to hers. "Wow, it is snowing," he said. "It's really snowing." I would say they're both really excited about the snow. How many of you would like to see snow this year? Yes. They both hurried out of bed and ran to the breakfast table where Grandma and Grandpa were having coffee. "It's snowing," they shouted together. "We can go sledding and build a snowman?" Wow, such excitement, huh? "It's the first snow of the year," said Grandma, "and an early one at that. It won't amount to much. Probably be gone by the time you get home from school." But the snow kept on falling. Starting to collect on the ground, isn't it? Look at all the animals. Wow! And there's some snow collecting on the rooftop of the barn. Rosie and Jimmy were living with Grandma and Grandpa on a farm in Oregon while their mom got settled in Seattle. Mom had a job there, and Rosie and Jimmy would move up to live with her at the end of the school year. But for now, they lived with Grandma and Grandpa and rode the big yellow school bus every day to their school about 3 miles away. So it looks like they're getting ready, right? The children dressed for school and hurried to catch the bus. The snowflakes were coming down faster and bigger. Rosie tasted them on her tongue. She's sticking her tongue out. She could hardly wait for kindergarten to be over so she could play in the snow. Grandma and Grandpa went to get Rosie in the pickup truck. "Too much snow for the car," Grandpa said. The chains on the pickup made a strange noise going through the snow. A little like a drum, thought Rosie. What a beautiful sight. Can you see all that snow falling? Yeah. All those little white dots on the pages. "First snow of the year," Grandma said. "Probably melt off before Jimmy gets home." But the snow kept on falling. Whoa, look at it. It looks cold, doesn't it? That's why I have my hat on, so I can be cozy warm. Rosie rushed to get into her play clothes and put on her snow pants, jacket, gloves, hat, and boots. She rushed outside and happily ran in circles in the snow. Her dog Charlie ran too and barked and bit at the snow. Rosie started a snowman, but it wasn't fun without Jimmy there. Then Grandma made Rosie go inside to warm up and drink hot chocolate and sit by the cozy fireplace. At last, it was almost time for Jimmy to come home. She's waiting for her brother so they can play in the snow together. Rosie put on her snow clothes again and went out to wait for the bus. There was a lot of snow. The trees and fence posts were covered. Oh, the road was covered too. Rosie waited and waited, but the bus did not come. Oh no, pretty soon she saw Jimmy walking up the road. "Jimmy, why are you walking?" Rosie asked. "Where is the school bus?" It's a good thing he dressed warm when he left to go to school, huh? If he had to walk in that snow, well, let's just see why he's walking. Do you think it will tell us? Here it is. Our bus driver said anyone who would drive up that road today wouldn't come out again until spring, Jimmy said. So I had to walk up from the highway. Oh, Rosie and Jimmy went into the house, and Jimmy had some cookies and chocolate with a marshmallow in it. That warmed him up. He had to warm up before they could play in the snow. Wow. Then Grandma said again, "It's the first snow of the winter, and only November at that. It won't last. We'll probably melt off by morning." But the snow kept on falling. Wow, now look at that. You can hardly see any grass. Just a few things right there. The chickens are hiding to stay warm and out of the snow, aren't they? The snow was very deep by now, almost over Rosie's head. Jimmy and Rosie went outside and rolled and played in the snow. Their dog Charlie had a fine time too. Grandpa went out to feed the cow and the horses. Jimmy and Rosie helped feed the chickens and the rabbits. Well, that was nice. They're helping Grandpa do the chores. You work hard as a family on a farm, don't we, boys and girls? Work first and then play. It started to get dark, and the snow kept on falling. Whoa! Look at that. It looks cold, doesn't it? Some of you might see all this snow on Christmas. The family ate dinner. After dinner, Grandma said, "I think I'll take a look outside." The snow was probably stopped by now. After all, it's the first snowfall of the year, and it's only November. It will certainly have stopped by now. Grandma looked outside. Rosie and Jimmy looked too. But the snow was still falling. Oh no. You can barely see the barn. Rosie's cat, Vanessa, curled up on the couch. Charlie came in too and lay on the rug by the fireplace. Jimmy did his homework. After a while, Grandma made popcorn and poured mugs of apple cider that they had made in October. Rosie and Jimmy played games while Grandpa read the paper. Then Grandma sat in the big chair with Rosie on her lap. Jimmy sat down beside them as Grandma read them a story. It was so nice to be inside, where everyone felt so warm and cozy and loved that no one really minded that. What do you think it's going to say? That no one really minded that the snow kept on falling. Grandma isn't wrong often, but she was really wrong that year. A record-breaking snow fell in November, and it was many, many weeks before it was all gone. I bet. Look, that's a lot of snow. Wow. Boys and girls, do you want it to snow that much at your house? I bet you do. But that's a lot of snow. I am so glad you joined me for this lovely story, The Snow Kept on Falling. And remember, boys and girls, that a good book and your imagination will take you anywhere. Until next time, bye.